ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तौ संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः। So Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's Bhakti Sandarbha discussions. So today we will continue our discussion about the qualification. What are the various qualifications for the bhakti, karma and jnana? So this was the discussion. So we were discussing about the ananya bhakti. So in that ananya bhakti, so we want to establish once again ananya bhakti as supreme, and for that purpose, so we took the new strategy. So in that strategy, so we understood Samukyam. To get the Samukyam, there are the three different kinds of the yogas are possible. So two are directly connected to the absolute truth. So one is the Gnana, another is the Bhakti. And for these two, entry door is the Karma. And for the Gnana and Yoga, so there are the Gnana and the Bhakti. So, and also Karma. What are the qualifications? So that we are discussing. That means who have in the society, who has to practice what. So then we understood that so bhakti, to practice bhakti, one should have the shraddha, and to practice the gnana, one should have the detachment, complete detachment from the materials pleasure, and to practice the karma, who has the fully attachment for the material pleasure. So this is the these are the qualifications. So we have seen so for the different processes, yoga process. So in that we were discussing bhakti, especially. So for the doing ananya bhakti, one should have the shraddha. So what is the shraddha? Shraddha, shape of the shraddha is, so one should practice the shraddha. So shraddha means one should have the shraddha to practice the ananya bhakti. So how it is possible? So ananya bhakti, shraddha means here bhakti is only the ultimate, is one and only the ultimate, one and only the sadhana which can give the ultimate result. So in this kind of faith, if one has, then he will leave the other two process, karma and jnana, and he will come completely, so come to in the shelter of or in the practice of bhakti. So and also we try to understand shraddha. Shraddha is just a pre-qualification to to start the Ananya Bhakti. So that is Ananya Bhakti is also known as pure devotional service. And yes, so Shraddha is of course is needed to the other sadhanas also. But for other sadhanas, apart from the Shraddha, if you want to practice anything in this universe, so you have to have Shraddha towards that. So apart from the Shraddha, also one should have the so definitely one should have apart from the Shraddha. So two things, that is a detachment and complete detachment in the case of the Jnanis, and attachment in the case of the uh, Karmis. So these things we have seen. Then after that, so and also we have seen in yesterday's last class, Shraddha, yes, it is required. Can we say Shraddha is the part, or otherwise, can we say Shraddha is also is a limb of bhakti? No, Shraddha is not limb of the bhakti, because Shraddha is only the is a part of the ascertainment of the the subject matter of scriptures. That means it is a part of finding the goal of or the subject matter of the scriptures. That's all. It's not the part of the so practicing bhakti. Okay, so that's why Shraddha is not the bhakti anga. And also we have seen even without Shraddha, so bhakti can give the ultimate result of it. So that is the Bhagavad Prapti. So we have seen the several cases, like Ajamal's case, who doesn't have Shraddha still. So he attained, and also other cases, Shraddha Helena. So that we have seen. Then there we have seen if even that means one is not practicing bhakti. So in his case, and also one has taken the holy name with a sarcastic nature, still he'll be getting the result. So that means Shraddha is not necessary for bhakti to give its final result, ultimate result. So yeah, that's fine. So in that regard, we were discussing. So if one takes the holy name with contempt or otherwise sarcastically, then in that case, so if the devotee, that person is taking the holy name, uh, that means not with the bad intention. That means that sarcastically taking the holy name is not happening with the uh, Dauratmyam. Dauratmyam means some kind of insincerity towards the holy name. So such a insincerity is not there in his heart. And he is just innocent. He doesn't know. So holy name should not be spoken sarcastically. So ignorant of that. And that resembles that he doesn't have any offensive mentality towards the holy name. But he took holy name sarcastically means offense has happened, but intention is not there to commit offense. So in that case, so that bhakti, that means taking that holy name, is not that bhakti shakti is not stopped by the offense whatever happened by him. So that point we have discussed in the last class. So from this onwards, further we are going to discuss. So I'm just sharing my screen. So from here onwards, so Hela tu aparada rupa api abuddhi purvaka kruta chet Dauratmya bhave na bhaktya badhyate iti uktam eva. Jnana lava durvidaktau tu tad vaiparityena badhyate. This is over. That means with intentional, with knowing, with proper knowledge, you have proper knowledge about the holy name. You have proper knowledge about the offense and offenses. So but still, so after knowing the offenses, if one takes the holy name, so sarcastically or offensive way, then in that case, so bhakti is not going to produce its result. In that kind of person's heart, bhakti is not going to produce its result. So what is the result of the bhakti? So like Kleshagni, Subhada, and so on so. All these. That means destroying or cleaning the heart or manifesting the good qualities and so on so. These things so may not happen or cannot happen actually if one is doing offense. So example, you have taken example. Yata Matsarena Namadikam Gruhnati Vene. So my voice is audible? Is clear? Yes. Matsarena Namadikam Gruhnati Vene Kvachid Vastu Shakti Badita Drishyate. So simple example is Vena. Raja Ven. You all know the story from the fourth canto. So maybe Bhakti Vaibhav students, they will be soon studying this. So Raja Ven is a king. He is well versed in the scriptures. So, but still, after undergoing to the Gurukul education and everything, he was saying into his society members, his citizens, to the Brahmanas, you all should worship me because I am the king. I am the owner of the land and everything is belonging to me. Land is belonging to me and you people are so dependent on this land. Everything is produced from the land. So you are all so dependent on this land and that is belong to me. That's why whatever so worship you are doing, you should not do for the Vishnu, but you should worship me. So that's why you all people so conduct the sacrifices or yajna so to satisfy me, not the unseen devatas or otherwise Vishnu. So like this, he was so completely condemning the Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. And he uttered so many times Vishnu's name, but still he didn't get so any kind of the devotion, any kind of the results or effects of the holy name. Because out of enviousness, so he was uttering the Vishnu's name. Several times he uttered. So generally we should see the auspiciousness in his life, but no auspiciousness. He was killed by the Brahmanas. So finally. So what we are understanding, when he uttered the holy name, so Bhakti Shakti is there, but that is stopped by the so the manifestation of the results of that Shakti is stopped by his enviousness, Matsara. So that is the thing, because it's offensive mentality. He committed offenses. So towards the because of his offensive mentality in his heart. So that stopped. So the natural potency of that bhakti. So that bhakti's potency is what? Burning out the all the contamination. So that didn't happen. Reason is so that is stopped by the offensive mentality in his heart, offensive nature otherwise. So that's why here Srila Jiva Goswami says, Pachit vastu shaktir badita drishyate. Yes, the natural potency of the objects is hampered sometimes. Kvachit means sometimes. Kvachit sometimes. So vastu shakti, that means the natural potency of the objects badita drishyate is hampered, is seen, that is hampered. Yes, example is ardrendanadau vahni shakti riva. So if you take in the case of the wet fuel wood, that means wet wood is there, firewood, that is wet. So now, in this case, fire is having the ability of burning out the wood. That kind of ability fire is having. Like bhakti is having the ability of cleaning out all the contamination. So here, if the wood is wet, so then what will happen? Then fire cannot burn that wood. Yes, that wood is not cannot be burned by the fire. Of course, fire is having any deficiency? No. Fire is having the ability. Its ability is not now. Lord Vishnu didn't reduce the ability of the fire. Today onwards, fire should be cold and it is soothing. He didn't make like that. He kept the quality of fire as it is. But still, why it is not burning? That wood, and also wood should be burned by the fire. That is a natural rule. Any wood can be, or must be definitely burned by fire. But why it is not happening? Because now that firewood is wet. The wetness in that firewood is hampering the natural ability of fire. What is that? Burning out that wood. The Shakti of fire is hampered by the wetness of that. Similarly, bhakti is having the Shakti of burning out all offenses. The problem is, since that heart is offensive in that case, so what will happen? This bhakti is not going to act. That means bhakti is not going to act naturally. So whatever way it should act. Okay. So that is the case. So is explained here. Just it's an intermediate point because bhakti is not depending on the Shraddha to explain that he said Hela. So just to clarify in that connection of Hela something, so he clarified. So next we'll come to our normal discussion. So next what he is saying, Shraddhaya upahrutam preshtam श्रद्धया अपहृतं प्रेष्टं भक्तेना मम वार्यपि भूर्यपि अभक्तोपहृतं न मे दोषाय कल्पते. So, what is the translation of this? 11, 27, 17 and 18. So can anyone read the translation so that others also can come to know the exact translation?
Yeah. Even water offered to me by a devotee with faith is dear to me. However, if a non-devotee brings me an extraordinary gift, it does not give me satisfaction.
Yeah, thank you. So, Shraddhaya upahritam preshtam bhaktena mama varyapi. Vari means water. Vari api, even water. Shraddhaya upahritam. That means is offered with faith and bhakti. Bhaktena. So, with devotion. Here, two words are used. Shraddha and bhakti. That means water is offered to the Lord with faith and devotion. So that water will give happiness to me. That means even that is water. Water is nothing, no hard work in that to get the water. It's very commonly available object. And even by that also Lord is happy. Why? If that water is offered with faith and devotion. And next what he's saying. Bhuri. Bhuri means very precious, valuable. Bhuri api abhaktopahutam. So is offered without devotion. Name doshaya kalpate. So na me, that means na me is for me. Na me doshaya kalpate. It is not meant for my happiness. Of course, the gift is so wonderful. The offering is so wonderful, but there is no devotion, no Shraddha. So, what Sri Jiva Goswami he wants to say by referring this sloka, that is explained next. Iti atra, that means in this sloka, Shraddha Bhakti Shabdabhyam Adara Eva Uchyate. So, by the word Shraddha and the word Bhakti, by these two words, what is said by the Lord? Adara means respect. So here in this sloka, so Shraddha and Bhakti are used and should be understood. Those two words are telling about what? A respect only. Huh? Then what is the then significance of that word Shraddha? That means just to show the respect of that devotee towards the Lord. Next, Satu, that means that respect. Bhagavat Toshana Lakshana Phala Visheshasyopattau Anadara Lakshana Tadvigataka Aparadasya Nirasana Paraha. So then what is the significance of that respect? That respect is only showing that so devotee should not commit any offense. If we commit offense, then Lord will not be pleased by that kind of devotion, offensive devotion. So that's why here the word Shraddha is indicating only the respect. It is not directly devotion. Shraddha is not directly devotion here, but it is only resembling that so non-offensive mentality of the devotee. So that's why if we ask someone to do devotion with Shraddha, means what? Here Shraddha is not part of the bhakti. Shraddha is not the part of the bhakti, but what is the use of the Shraddha? Because of the Shraddha, he is not committing the offense. Because Shraddha is there means respect is there. Respect is there means he is not committing any offense towards the Lord. So then that means what? Bhakti will produce its result. So this is the understanding we should get from the Shraddha. So that's why if one does the bhakti with Shraddha means so without offenses he is doing. Then in his case, bhakti is giving its result. So that's why many times people get confused. They think that Shraddha is also part of the devotion. No. Shraddha is not part of devotion. Sorry. Okay. Any question in this?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, regarding Maharaj, when you mentioned that although he was speaking the name of Vishnu, but he was, envious,
Yeah.
and that's why the results were not produced. But in the case of Shishupal also, we see that he was enviously, giving bad names to Krishna in that whole sabha, but still he got the results. So how do you explain
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. This is explained in this same book too. So when is not having the intensity of enviousness, more intensity of enviousness, only is having the limited actually. So if one does intensified enviousness, if one has the intensified enviousness, In that case also he will be getting the liberation. Sorry. Sorry for 1 second. So that is the point. So the intensity is not there actually. Only for sometimes he used to show the investments is on his own. But Sisipal and others case, if you see, so they are very intensified aversion they show. So hatred they show towards the Lord. So in that case also, then finally by the Lord's mercy, all his aversion is burnt out before getting the liberation. So that is the difference. Okay, next.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhu.
many places, Shraddha ji used how to understand. Just like Bhagavad Gita, जैसे अश्रद्धान से पुरुषस्य धर्मस्य परम तपा अप्राप्य माम निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसार वर्तमनि और श्रणता श्रद्धा नित्यम गणति स्वचेष्ट न काले न दीर्घेण भगवान विस्तेर्दि शुश्रूषधान से वासुदेव कथा रुचि स्यात् महासेवा विप्र पुण्य. So Shraddha, many places and Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, 17th chapter, Shraddho Maya Pursaha. I am the Pursa, living entities always imbibed with Shraddha. So Shraddha is like, appears like integral part. Just like somebody is a materialistic person, that means he is Shraddha in material things. If somebody is spiritualist person, he is Shraddha on spiritual thing. That is, Shraddha is move, that is like element, just like moving the person here, living entities, either spiritual or material. So it appears like integral part. So how to understand? When while performing bhakti, although Shraddha is not part of the bhakti, so how to distinguish? Just like, well, Shraddha is always there. So how to understand?
Shraddha is there. Uh, but Shraddha is devotion or not? That is the point. That is a discussion actually for us. So it is not at all a devotion actually. It's not devotion. Because what is a devotion? That means which is mainly here discussion is happening. The main discussion is whether it is devotion or not. That is the thing. The activity of devotion, that means, is different and Shraddha is different. By Shraddha, so actually see what is, first of all, try to understand. So what is the devotion? That means like sing, Shravanam. Shravanam is the devotional activity. So what is happening in the case of Shravanam? So that's a hearing. We are hearing, the activity of hearing. So the holy name is devotion. But similarly, just believing bhakti is also devotion. Believing, that means bhakti is the highest process, is the best process. Or otherwise, believing that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. So Shraddha, this belief is not we cannot consider as directly devotion. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
And yes, any questions? So we will continue. Yes, Ramchandra.
So Prabhu, yeah, so I got the point that like Shraddha is not anga of bhakti or not like related to bhakti, but can a person perform pure devotional service without Shraddha?
Yeah, can can happen. So pure devotion service without Shraddha. Pure devotion without Shraddha means Ananya Bhakti. Uh, so example, Ananya Bhakti means what? But that is not possible. Sorry. Ananya Bhakti is not possible. He can perform Bhakti. Bhakti activity he can do because Ananya Bhakti means what? Pure devotion service means Ananya Bhakti. Means what? It means accepting bhakti is only the process which can deliver me, like that, and not accepting other activity, other sadhanas. That is known as ananya bhakti, exclusively doing the devotion. So for that, what you need to have the some understand belief on bhakti. What kind of belief? Bhakti is only the sadhana. Then only you can leave others, karma and jnana and so on. So that's why to do Ananya Bhakti, Shraddha is compulsory. But to perform Bhakti, so in our case, in many times, so anyone can perform Bhakti. And also for giving the result of that means they may perform. They are going on the road and some kirtan is happening, Lankar Sankirtan is going. So and some people are hearing. So they are also doing the devotion. It doesn't mean that they didn't have Shraddha. So whatever hearing they are doing, that is not bhakti. You cannot say that. That's the point. But for doing the exclusively devotion, if that person should do only exclusively devotion, then he should have the faith. So, and one more point. So now he doesn't have any Shraddha, but he heard the holy name. So in that case, that holy name will give the result or not? Yes, that will give result. So that's why for giving its result, bhakti doesn't dependent on the Shraddha. It never depends on. Bhakti never depends on Shraddha. Okay.
So
So,
Prabhu, so in Ajamil's case, because he didn't have Shraddha, so can we say that like a person can perform Namabhas, not like the pure chanting without offenses, like until they don't have faith, or because without faith they can perform namabhas, and with namabhas they can get a result, but not really like up to that sambandhyana without we have faith.
no, without Shraddha, it is the Namabhas we cannot say. So, without Shraddha, so one may do the Karma Mishra Bhakti also. One may do the Aropa Siddha Bhakti also. So, but Shraddha is needed only for the Ananya. So, that's why Shraddha is the criteria for Ananya Bhakti. Before that, also Bhakti can be done. And every Bhakti is not Anamabhas. No. So according to here, the understanding of Namabhas is, so without having the knowledge about the Abhideya Tattva, that's about the Lord, about the Abhideya Tattva. So without proper Sambandha Gnana, so if you practice devotion, then that is known as Abhasa Bhakti. So that is the in general definition. So, but not the Shraddha. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So next, so here the main point is Tasma Shraddha Na Bhakti Angam. So from this, what we are concluding, Shraddha is not part of Bhakti. Shraddha is different, Bhakti is different. So that is the point. So if you say Shraddha is the part of the Bhakti, then what will happen? Without Shraddha, Bhakti is not going to give any result. That should happen. That is the point. If bhakti so net problem. Anyway, I am coming tomorrow. Tomorrow means I am leaving my place tomorrow. So I'll reach by day after tomorrow afternoon. So we can have good internet there. Sorry for inconvenience for all of you. Whatever inconvenience happened for that. So okay. So now we'll go further. Next point. So we are trying to understand the qualification Shraddha. So with respect to bhakti. So in the case of bhakti, Ananya Bhakti, Shraddha is the pre-qualification. So what is its role? That we are understanding. So that's what we concluded till now. Shraddha is not part of bhakti. So only the one thing, if something is part of that, anything, if X is part of the Y, then when can you say that? If Y depends upon X. Understanding? X is part of the Y. When can you say that? Y depends upon X. But you take in the case of here, Shraddha as X and Bhakti as Y. So Bhakti is not depending on the Shraddha to give its result. Because even we are seeing the case of the people who don't have any Shraddha still, so they got the result of the Bhakti. So that means, so Bhakti is not depending on the Shraddha. So that's why Shraddha is not the anga of Bhakti. So this is the point you should remember. Many times, so we may get confusion. So it should be understood like this. Then what is the use of Shraddha? By having the Shraddha, one will not commit offenses. And so that the result of the Bhakti is not stopped. If offense is there, then what will happen? Result of the Bhakti will not be produced. That means stopped actually. It's a hampered actually. So that is the reason. So from this, can you say that, oh, it is stopping the result of the Bhakti? So yes, it is dependent on, that means Shraddha is not there, then one is doing offensively. Bhakti is doing, so in that case, then result is not there. Bhakti result is not there. So that we should consider now Shraddha as part of the Bhakti. Can you say no? What even offense is there, but Dauratmyata, that means the cunningness towards the Bhakti, if it is not there, even offense happened, and result is seen. Bhakti result is seen. So that's why here Jiva Goswami is very clearly, he is establishing the fact. Then what is the role of Shraddha? Shraddha is only just attribute. It is only what? Tad Visheshanattvena eva uktam. It is the adjective of the performer. For example, so who can perform the karma? So karma can be performed by the rich person. Arthi, Samartha, Vidvat. Rich and also having the energy, healthy, rich, healthy, and knowledgeable. Person only can perform the karma. It doesn't mean that so all these are the part of the karma. No. So, like example, someone is performing the big sacrifice, yajna. That is the karma. Who can perform? So a rich person can perform, we say. Does that mean that the richness is the part of the karma? No. Why we are saying? Because if he's a rich person, then he'll be having all the paraphernalia, whatever needed for that yajna easily available. Easily he can make it and he can perform that karma. So that's why richness is becoming the quality or adjective of the performer, but it is not the part of the karma. Even a poor person, if someone gave all the paraphernalia to him, he can also perform karma. But in general, we say, so a rich person is he performs karma, or otherwise healthy person, or otherwise knowledgeable person. So, but all these are all what? Are the only the adjectives for the performer, but not the part of the karma, same way. So Shraddhavan, if we say Shraddhavan, so then it is, so Shraddhavan, if you say, then it is what? Shraddha is only the quality, is only the adjective of the performer. So that's why here it is said what? In this Edruchayamat kathadau jata shraddastu yah puman iti. And also next, another one more sloka, 11, 20, 27. Jata shraddo mat kathasu iticha. In these two places, Edruchaya mat kathadau jata shraddaha yah puman. Yah puman means the one who Jata Shraddha, that means Jata Shraddha is referring to whom? Kumar, that means person. So Jata Shraddha is referring to person. That means what is the meaning of Jata Shraddha? In whom Shraddha arisen. That is the meaning of Jata Shraddha. Otherwise, the person who has faith, is known as Jata Shraddha. That means is referring to whom? Person. So that's why Shraddha is a quality of performer, but not part of bhakti. Also, you can see one more place in 11, 20, 27. Jata Shraddho Mat Kathasu. That means the one who, here also same meaning, Jata Shraddha. Jata Shraddha, to whom? So Shraddha is produced in my pastimes. Okay. So these are the two places we are understanding. Next, Atra Tam Arabhya Ityarthena Lyap Lope Panchamyantyena Tata iti Padena Anavadhika Nirdeshena Atmarama Nirdeshena Atmaramata Avasthayamapi Sa Keshanchit Pravartate iti Tasyaha Samrajyam Abhipretam. So here we should understand here Tataha. Tataha is used, not the lab is used. Anyway, it's a grammatical, but what is the point Srila Jiva Goswami wants to explain? That I will just. So in this say Tataha Bhajeta Mam Prita, Tataha is used, not the lab pratyay is used. So anyway, the intention of Srila Jiva Goswami I will explain. Tataha iti padena anavadhika nirdeshena atmaramataavasthayamapi sa keshanchit pravartate iti tasyaha samrajyam abhipreta. See how Krishna is explaining here in this sloka. He said, whoever is attached, whoever is having the attachment for the material pleasure, they has to perform karma. He said, after that, if someone got the detachment for that karma, then he should go for the jnana, he said. That means, or otherwise, he can, if he get the shraddha, that means he has the attachment to the karma, but still, if he get the shraddha towards the bhakti, then he has to come to bhakti. That means, karma is having the full stop. Yes or no? Karma, when it can be stopped, either if you get the detachment and go to the jnana, or otherwise, if you get the shraddha in the bhakti, in that case also you can leave karma. So from this you can understand that karma is having the full stop. That means stop. It is ended. There is an end point for the karma. And if you take next, that means jnana. In front of us, three processes are there. Next process is jnana. So practicing or cultivating of the jnana will happen till what time? Till we get the Brahman realization. Once Brahman realization is achieved, then jnana, practicing of jnana is also started. That means both karma and jnana, they have so endpoints. But what about the bhakti? So he said, tataha, that means after getting the shraddha, one has to start doing, so being faithful and with the devotion, with the love. So he has to practice the bhakti, he said. And when it should stop, is there any end point for the bhakti? So here, Krishna, did he discuss any end point for the bhakti? No. So that means the kingdom of bhakti is unlimited. So the kingdom of bhakti is unlimited. That means never ending. It doesn't have any stop. There is no end point. So that's why sa keshanchit pravartite iti tasyaha samrajyam abhipretam. That means after getting the Shraddha, one has to keep on practicing. Sorry for disturbance. So that's why bhakti doesn't have any end point. It is its kingdom is samrajyam. That means it's endless kingdom. That's why we should expect that from this. Even Atma Ramas, that means who got the perfection, they also practice. And also we can see even Etan Nirvidyamananam, there Sukadeva Goswami explains in the second canto, first chapter. So devotees who got the perfection, that means they liberated from this material life, so still they can practice. So kirtan, the kirtan is said. So that's why bhakti is not having any end point. It is so powerful. That is one more difference we are seeing between the. So why one has to practice only bhakti? So this is also one more reason, because it is such a powerful thing. So which is always with you, which is ever for you, which is ever you should practice. All the time you practice to the any end point. So that's why you should take up that. Next, anantaram cha vakshate. After that, it is also said, nakinchit sadavo dhira iti. So can anyone read the translation? Nakinchit sadhavo dhiraha. 11, 20, 34.
Indeed, pious men who are endowed with wisdom and exclusively devoted to me covet nothing, not even liberation, which awards freedom from rebirth, even if conferred by me.
Thank you. So yeah, the sadhava dhiraha, that means devotees. They don't go behind the any kind of the so liberation or heavenly pleasure or anything. So that's right. Because if devotees are desiring that some heavenly pleasure, then what we should understand? That means bhakti stopped there. So if someone, that means devotion is not having the capacity of giving the higher pleasure than the heaven. So once getting the heavenly pleasure, then one will stop doing the bhakti. But that's why we are seeing the bhakti process is so supreme and magnanimous. He is going to give the highest pleasure than any goal. That means like the Swarga, heaven, or otherwise the Parameshti, that means the position of the Brahmaji, Akka. So that's the reason bhakti is so powerful that whoever is practicing bhakti, they don't desire anything. That means bhakti is giving such a supremely bliss, so that one is not desiring something and stopping that. That's the point is said here. Ataha samrajya jnapanaya tam vina karma jnanepi na siddhyati iti cha jnapitam. So since bhakti is so powerful, so it is indicating that this, that means here in this 11, 20, 34, Krishna has mentioned nakinchi sadhava iti. From this the power of the domain, the range of the bhakti is showed from this. What we should understand, tam vina, without bhakti karma jnane api na siddhyati iti cha jnapitam. So it is also reminding us, bhakti, without bhakti, karma and jnana are not going to give any result. Because karma, bhakti's range is unlimited. That means all other sadhanas also are covered by this bhakti, are influenced by this bhakti. So that's why without bhakti, it's just reminding, here it is not established that bhakti, without bhakti, karma and jnana cannot give anything, but it is reminding us the range of the bhakti is expressed by the Lord here. So that is just reminding also one more point, without bhakti, so karma and jnana, they are not going to give any result. Okay, next. तदेवं अनन्य भक्ति अधिकारे हेतुम श्रद्धाम उक्त्वा स यथा भजेत तथा शिक्षयति. After this means what? By what sloka we started this anucheda? You have to see. We have started this anucheda by Jata Sraddho Makkatasu Nirvinna Sarva Karmasu 11, 20, 27 and 28. So from these two slokas, by these two slokas, we started our discussion. After this 27 and 28, what Krishna is going to tell? Tadevam ananya bhakti adhikare hetum shraddha muktva sa yatha bhaje tata shikshayati. You can see here in these two slokas, 27 and 28. First sloka, what is telling? Jata Sraddha Matkatasu. That means what is the qualification for the Ananya Bhakti is said. Then the next sloka only actually. The next sloka, what is saying? Tato bhajeta mam pritah shraddhalu drudanischyaha jashamanascha tan kaman dukko darkanscha garhayan. So in the second sloka, what he is teaching? Krishna is teaching one who has shraddha, how he has to perform that bhakti. What is the way one should perform the bhakti? So that is he is explaining. First, what he is saying? He is saying the hetu by using 27 sloka. And by the 28th sloka, what he is telling? The way to perform that Ananya Bhakti. How to perform? You see, Tataha Bhajeta Mam Pritaha Shraddhaluhu Drudanischyaha Jashamanascha tan kaman dukko darkanscha garhayan. You all know the meaning of this. Tataha means after getting Shraddha, Bhajeta mam pritaha. One should worship me with love. Shraddhaluhu, being faithful. Drudanischyaha, being determined. Jashamanascha means even. So one is sometimes is enjoying the material desires. Garhayan, but how he should enjoy those? Enjoy means or whatever. He is acting, accepting those material. So means how he feel at the time? Dukko tarkanscha garhayan. So he is feeling that these material desires are painful and heinous. So with that mood only, sometimes he may victimized by the material desires. So but he should keep on continuing his devotion. So that is the general meaning. Now that is elaborated here by Srila Jiva Goswami here like this. So what is that? Shraddhaluhu Saha Shraddhaluhu. That means one who got the after explaining the qualification of the Ananya Bhakti. So Krishna is saying Shraddhaluhu. You see in the sloka Shraddhaluhu, what is there or not? What is the meaning of Shraddhaluhu? Vishwasavan. That means that faithful person. Shraddhaluhu, Saha Shraddhaluhu, that faithful person. That means faith in my pastimes. So that person, Pritaha, that means Jatayam Rucho Asaktaha. So one has attachment for the taste in Krishna Katha. He has attachment for the taste to Krishna Katha. Pritaha means that. That meaning we should take. Pritaha jatayam vicho asaktaha drudha nischyaha. Drudha nischyaha means sadhanadhyavasaya bhanga rahitaha san. Sadhanadhyavasaya bhanga rahitaha means, so drudha nischyaha is here glossed as sadhanadhyavasaya bhanga. That means practicing of sadhana is not stopped. Bhanga means broken or stopped. Rahita, that means without stopping the practicing of that sadhana. That means bhakti. That is the meaning of Dhrudha Nischaya. That means he is keep on endeavoring without any break. Because now he has Shraddha. That means he left all Jnana and Karma. And continuously he is fully practicing the bhakti without any break. Sadhanadhyavasaya bhangarahita san. Sahasa tyaktum asamarthatvat kaman jusamanascha. But also simultaneously what is happening? Because he was not able to leave all the material desires. So Jushamanascha, that means he is enjoying those material desires. But with what mood? Garhayan. That means he is showing the hatred, heinousness towards that. Showing heinousness towards that. So why he is feeling heinous about those material pleasure, about that material desires? Because those material desires, dukkho darka, that means those are going to give the shokadi uttara phalani. Shokadi krut uttara phalani. Because those material desires going to give miseries. Anytime if you have the material enjoyment, so immediately it is also going to give a pain. So he is, that's why, feeling pity or otherwise heinousness, not pity, heinousness towards the enjoying of those material desires which he was not able to leave. Okay. Atra kama apapakara eva jneyah. So here this devotee is victimized by these material desires. So what? These desires are material desires are sinful material desires? No. These cannot be sinful material desires. That means material desires which are prescribed by the Shastra, those desires only he fulfills, but not the desires which are condemned by the Shastras. Shastre katam chid api anya anuvidhana ayogat. Because he has his Shraddha in the bhakti means he crossed the Shastras. He studied all the Shastras and he understood the ultimate subject matter of the Shastra is the bhakti. The ultimate abhidheya process is the bhakti. He understood that. That means, but in that same Shastras, the sinful life is already condemned. and he is having the faith in the Shastra means he should be definitely so having the faith in so all the words of the Shastra, that is, Shastra is condemning the sinful life, sinful desires. So definitely he will not at all so practicing any sinful desires. He will never practice any fulfilling of any sinful desires. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
So, as you mentioned, the devotee, yeah, sadhaka, what he will not fulfill the sinful desire, what is forbidden in Shastra.
Yeah.
But he will enjoy this material pleasure, and he will feel pity himself. But
Yes.
how to see practical way? Generally, faith in Shastra, in the sense he's heard it from scripture, Guru Sadhu, about Shastra. One should practice this. He knows, but he fails. He try to practice. That is sadhaka's jivan. It comes. As we are living this, sincerely trying, but his best, but he fails down. First, fails also. He will fail in the sense circumstance something. So how to understand this? This is fulfilling his sanction material desire and please enjoying the sanction desire, not forbidden desire, which is sinful. But
Yeah.
sometimes sadhaka's life comes, we see practical, we see examples. Uh, so how to understand this? As this verse Garhan and other desire, because it means he's enjoying and also he's feeling is, oh, this is going to suffering, their karma is direction there, but I am not able to control, and but tries to control, then feels down, then tries to, because our life of journey is not going just a line, just like you diagram, make diagram upward only. With
Yeah.
ups and downs comes life, ups and downs. One may speak Shastra, but while practicing Shastra, certainly some challenges comes. So how to see this thing?
So in this sloka, so that's why here Srila Jiva Goswami is explaining Dukko Darkan. So Kaman Dukko Darkan. So here Kaman word he is elaborating. Kaman means material desires. Kaman Dukko Darkan. So that means which are always gives the misery, pain. So even what kind of desire is? Can we take here Kaman means sinful desires? No, we cannot take sinful desires. Why we should not take sinful desires? Because he got already Shraddha. Shraddha means already he had the faith on the conclusions of the scriptures. So because of this reason, so we should not take, yes. So here Kama means material, that means sinful desires. But in another place, Krishna says, Apiche Sudiracharo Bhajite Mam Ananya Pak Sadhureva Samantavi. In Bhagavad Gita, he says. That means if someone is practicing Ananya Bhakti because of the so Ananya Bhakti is practicing means he has Shraddha. Without Shraddha, one cannot practice Ananya Bhakti. That I already said. But that Shraddha is not properly developed Shraddha. So what it means? So what is the meaning of properly developed Shraddha? Properly developed Shraddha means understanding the conclusions. That means the Shastra Abhideya. That means the subject matter of the scriptures. So the conclusions of the subject matters of the scriptures, he understands thoroughly, properly. And he believes in that. Then that is known as proper Shraddha. In that kind of person will not go for the sinful life. So, but who doesn't, that means who doesn't develop the Shraddha, because it's condemned actually. And who doesn't develop such a Shraddha and still he's doing the Ananya Bhakti, so then he is a sinful person. And he is doing the sinful thing. And that means he has to change his Shraddha. That means that's why Sri Jiva Goswami says, Apiche Sudirachara, that person is having what kind of Shraddha? Loka Parampara Jati Shraddha. Just because of some tradition, because in a house, 5 members are following the bhakti and I will also follow. So 4 members are following the bhakti. My brother, sister, all are doing bhakti. Let me also do bhakti. But he didn't develop properly Shraddha. Proper understanding is not there. And that's why he's not believing the Shraddha, bhakti in that way. So in that case, so he has to develop the properly, so change his Shraddha also. So then only he can, understand that this sinful life, this condemned life, I should not do this. And if still one is doing sinful life after understanding also, then he has so such a attraction to that something, then he's having offenses. So he's having the offenses. And because of the influence of the offenses, he is coming into the trap of that. That is the case there.
The Charo case, whether this applied only Sudurachara means a sinful person, or is also included offensive person. Word Sudurachara.
Because he doesn't have proper understanding of the scriptures, so he can commit even offenses also. So because not having the scriptural understanding, but doing the just Ananya Bhakti. Okay. But Dauratmi he doesn't have. That means after knowing the offenses, strength of the offenses, still if he does, then that's a more insincerity in the heart. Yes, Mataji. Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhuji, so you gave two explanations for Shraddha. One is that Shraddha means the to have faith or belief that only bhakti can give the ultimate benefit. And the other one you said Shraddha means where you are showing respect to the Supreme Lord.
Yes. Yeah, Shraddha is there means respect comes. That is a Shraddha indicating respect.
Yeah. So one who has even Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha, he's showing respect to the Supreme Lord, right?
Yes.
That is why he is eligible to perform Ananya Bhakti, even though his Shraddha is not properly developed.
His Shraddha is not Swabhavik Shraddha. It is Loka Parampara Shraddha. And because of this tradition, he understood that. So he has strong, somehow some kind of faith on his ancestors. And that's what they did, I do. So that kind of shape of Shraddha he is having.
So Shraddha means he's respecting the Lord now, right?
Yeah,
He's
definitely. Yes.
So therefore he is eligible to do Ananya Bhakti.
Yeah. And Shraddha means he is having that bhakti only the process I should do. Bhakti process only I should do.
He does not have that yet. He has that already.
No. Ananya Bhakti means what? He's leaving all other things and he's doing this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the meaning of Ananya Bhakti, doing Ananya Bhakti. So then in that case, but is it systematically developed or not? That is the point. It is not developed systematically. That means it is not developed through the studying or going through that means Shravanam and Mananam. So that is the difference.
So therefore he can fall down because it is not systematically developed.
Then if he keep on and he doesn't know what are the offenses also, then in that case he has to associate devotees and develop Shraddha properly. Then he can further progress.
Yeah. So it's also possible that someone doing Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha, somehow he does not commit offenses and he gets the ultimate benefit. It happens like that.
Why not? Like Ajamil's case, he doesn't have Shraddha also, and offenses also not there, and he got success. So can happen.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So any further questions? Okay, then I'll continue. So that's a sinful life, sinful desires they don't have. Example Pratyuta. So we can see that means same way in another place in the Vishnu Purana. Parapatni paratravya parahimsasu yomatim nakaroti puman bhupa toshyate tena keshavaha. So whoever is having the mind, yaha matim. So whoever thinks about others' wife, others' wealth, and so giving the torture to the others, parahimsa. So yaha matim nakuroti puman bhupa toshyate tena keshava. So by him, Krishna is pleased. Whoever is not having their mind in, whoever is not having their mind in others' wife, others' wealth, and others' so himsa, torturing others. Iti Vishnu Purana Vakyado Karmarpanat Purvameva Tannishedat Atreva cha Nishkama Karmanyapi Yad Anyat Na Samachare iti Vakshamana Nishedhat. So what? Anyway, sloka meaning is clearly saying that means Keshava is not happy with this kind of activities. Anyway, but point is what here? In the Vishnu Purana, this sloka is said in the context of the offering the karma or results of the karma. So in Vishnu Purana, it is said that Krishna is accepting so karma of those people, and he is satisfied by the results of their karma, who has their mind, who doesn't have actually, who hasn't have their mind in others' wives, others' wealth, or torturing others. Understand? So such a people's karma only, or the results of karma, only Krishna is accepting. That means what? Karmarpanam stage. If you see in the bhakti process, Karmarpanam stage is before to the entering into Ananya Bhakti. Offering karma to the Vishnu is going to bring the ruchi in the performer in Vasudeva Katha. So that's why Karmarpanam is in what level? Is the entry door level of the Ananya Bhakti. So this mischievous, sinful things are rejected at the level of Karmarpanam only. Okay. At the level of Karmarpanam only, these sinful things are rejected. Nishkama karmanyapi yad anyat samachare iti vakshamana nisheda. Even in the future also, we are going to see that is Arop Siddha Bhakti. At that place also we are going to so here even Nishkama karma means so offering all the results of the Lord without taking for his own sake. So that means in the Nishkama karma case also we are going to see in the future in the Arop Siddha Bhakti. So these sinful things are rejected. Sinful desires are rejected. So that's why what we should understand. The sinful life is at the entry level itself is rejected. Entry level of the Ananya Bhakti itself, at the entry level of the Ananya Bhakti only sinful life is rejected. So that's why Jata Shraddha. So that's why in this sloka Jata Shraddha Matkathasu. So that means after Shraddha means, so that means what? He crossed already Karmarpanam stage. So then Kaman means what he should take? Definitely, you should not take here kama means sinful desires. That's the point. You should not take kama means sinful desires. So who will explain? In the sloka kaman, in the 11, 20, 27, 28, in the 28, kaman means we should not take so sinful desires. Who will explain?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, bro, tell me.
Yeah. Here, Jiva Goswami is quoting the verse from Vishnu Puran that those whose minds are not set on others' wives, others' wealth, and violence to others, their karmarpanam, is accepted, and Vishnu is pleased with it. So, right at the stage of Nishkam Karma Yoga, whether it's karmarpan, those who are not sinful, Keshav accepts it. So, it is rejected there in that itself. So, then what to speak in bhakti? So, in that context, we can understand that the kama which is referred in the Uddhav Gita verse, that doesn't refer to this.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, bro. Yeah, please, bro. Please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. Here, at Nishkam Karma Yoga, whether it's Karmarpanam, there and there itself, calm, like, looking at others' wives or others' violence and all, there only it is rejected. So, definitely, because karma is an entry door to bhakti. So, in bhakti, this calm, what is dukkha, darka, and kama, and she mentioned, that is not referring to that.
Yes.
Very clear from that.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Atul Gopal Prabhu, did we lost the connection to Venugopal Prabhu or how?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, actually, Prabhuji is disconnected now,
Okay.
and Atul Gopal Prabhu is trying to contact with him.
Okay.
So as soon as he get the decision, he will let you know.
Yes. Atul Gopal Prabhu, meanwhile, can I ask you one small favor or question? This Bhakti Sandarbha, which Venugopal Prabhuji is going, do we have an English version of it?
Sorry, Prabhu, I didn't get.
Venugopal Prabhuji is going with a book or the notes, whatever it is. That English one is also there, or he's going through with the Hindi or Devanagari one. I am not well acquainted with the Hindi or Devanagari.
Yes, yes. Prabhu, actually, English copy also is there, English PDF copy. So
Oh, can you share me or give me the link or something like that?
then Prabhuji, you have to tell your email address or WhatsApp number.
Or else, do we have somewhere you can keep it in my Bhagavad Mahavidyalaya course contents place where I can download from there itself, the dashboard?
Atul Prabhu, what
Okay,
to do?
I can send, but to whom to send this my email? Shall I write it in the chat box now?
Bro, actually, you can directly download it from Gaudiya Grantha Mandir.
Gaudiya Grantha Mandir. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, that is the
One
website,
second.
and you can download all the sandarbhas and all.
Thank you. 1 second.
of acharyas.
Let me note down, Prabhuji. 1 second. Gaudiya
Grantha Mandira.
Grantha Mandira. Anybody can access that?
Sorry?
Anybody can access that?
Yes, Prabhu, it's free. Yeah.
Okay. The name of the book is Bhakti Sandarbha only?
Gaudiya Grantha Mandir. Gaudiya Grantha Mandira.
Yeah, that is the site, but
Yes,
the Prabhuji is referring any specific author or anything?
No, Prabhu, you can type Sandarbha and then it will come in English. All the Moola will come. No translation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
And Prabhu, everyone, please, you can. पता नहीं Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, you are saying something? In between stopped?
Yeah, bro, that's what means. Venugopal is not coming, and he told that that everyone can get disconnected because the class is over, bro. Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Panchakakurubhyascha, Vasudevaccha, Pranam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Bhagavate